in common the free club World Cup, definitely we are going to start from Chelsea. Because Enra was a resource fancy. I would definitely say a statement resource in terms of Chelsea progression under Enzo Maresca. Not a statement resource in the shape say be or more TV as now one and say that top and I say, but it's a statement performance and results for Enzo Maresca. Per Juma Enzo Maresca ben or Chelsea no. O check it for my Chelsea nya getting to the latter stage of the season. And the aba bebe remu any kwamo faso elusu the game against Flamengo. Eba ya benya good results against Benfica. Especially going into extra time, then playing against Fluminense and winning by 2-0, led by their very own João Pedro. But fancy I'm a footballing stories, and I need to be how we see it and the way he plays out. I'm quite interested because Oshe João Pedro, Mofi Fluminense in the bar Europe, ebesi a kind of my Watford more, on in them more, the Ababi Pimo Chelsea. Then on one time se kana or the try the team that say pine and your ma entimi ankoye anfa momo. But first let's do some analysis on Chelsea progression. Yes. And what we expect from them. Yes. And the results no manyana esunsun so e gitumi so mbetimi enya. I forward said say uye project bia na udru stage bia uye certain results to trigger you. Na Edward Drew a certain level be a unsusuye no adwin mu no feel inferior be. Yes, you definitely strive to beat the best of the teams e wo soro kakra. Inti Jose Mourinho, the project of Roman Abramovich ekeke off abra Jose Mourinho edge the EFL Cup e wo England oba na the first trophy a oje ye no was the EFL Cup. Oje EFL Cup ni we no NCWA and the G League back to back. But let's not forget to say the first coach under Roman Abramovich project ever Chelsea no. Na enye Jose Mourinho. Na Claudio Ranieri. Claudio Ranieri ne bebo obi na obegina nche de ma Chelsea no. Wantimi ane trophy bi amfa mo opedi omu de omu do a certain stage. Ana Jose e de on betra that particular line e be cross here. Now under Todd Boehly ne egbali mu ownership of Chelsea. Fancy it was a mess in the first place. Yes. Ashasi no na enya kura. Signing way, ni eja na kwan, signing way, ni eja na kwan, ni afa coach way, ni eja na kwan, ni ya set standard ama coach way, ni eja na kwan. The appointments na ekire their kind of project they want to do. It is a Oko Brighton now offer Graham Potter. Na offer Sam Jiwo. Na offer Brighton from penny for hold on the PM Chelsea. It indicates only one thing. Say whatever Tony Bloom, or Brighton and Hove Albion be an almost more person more.
Wontumi.
It is a offer for Taba. You're not coming to win trophies.
I say Obe Builde.
I say Obe Builde.
No abedane.
No. It is a weird appointment in us. Hana Juni in Abefa. But Chelsea so try at a point in time said they want to move to the next level. Say in as much some more tongue and they want to win. So more person more win there. Then when I was some offer na deneba. Fancy. I also offer Mauricio Pochettino the day. Edeneba. You see, there's a thin line between expectations and reality. Fancy the expectations of Chelsea supporters in Nigeria. Say Roman Abramovich, maybe because Chelsea omu supporters near spoiled children. Sabi anya ne bone so. But omo ye nkoda sabi ya say omo. Ya say omo we there. Ya say omo we trophies.
Omo di kan hu there.
Omo hu there. Because season me be come be and they need so expectations Nigeria say no matter who you are as a coach that comes to the club. Fancy in the long run, Adebako Edebe Jejo Kese Pani say you can win trophies.
Yeah.
Then you bring in Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino buy and went to me for Chelsea and the trophy. On so progression in the building and team repay it. Then Pochettino leaves. Then Chelsea moves into the market and makes sure some mark of fan wine and about Enzo Maresca. But fancy, coach Bia on a level I would do in Pempen so also tra. Enzo Maresca in the first place coming to Chelsea, no not or a winner of the championship. Me saw the another ranking and say, oh, but Chelsea no team about big trophies. I will tell you say no. But Chelsea nankasa project no mu here obi odon betra lie bi. Enya line so okoje Champions League. Enya line so obeji the Premier League. But there's a certain red cross line bi na also mutimi track which is top 4 consistently.
Okay.
And build a certain winning mentality from winning from Asia. Ebia EFL Cup. No movie the aba Ebia Conference League. No movie the aba. Sa because omunim say omuntimi nya coach a ode o hit jackpot ni straight say boom. Due to players no more wo mutimi nim no. Untimi nkofa Antonio Conte fa ne ma say o me coach Jackson fa ne league obedu watem. Obeka cho say da bi menye. Hwentoko esi omune Thomas Tuchel nchem. This is a coach that was molded for omo benchmark na no ma set dey ato on so de omo betra. So the omo tra no sa de omo movie a hallelujah for no coach na nkasa any team no. But baby odi omo duru no say anko ye na duru maybe a Chelsea will feel say there be what the happen a certain point we need to move to the next person. First one or qualify Chelsea for the Champions League. Number 2 or the Chelsea edge the Conference League. Fancy some particular lines no watra. Some particular lines no and watra say under Todd Bowley almost set the standard ne dey at all. Say, who your coach na say the over for this project anything beneath top 4 in the Champions League qualification we fail. Anything beneath maybe to say EFL Cup, FA Cup because Conference League in a level no. EFL Cup FA Cup now when team ya you failed.
Who promises now?
You failed because project the standard
of
that is it.
Time
project biya na level. Project biya na level of expectation. Project biya no. It's in America's expectations are different from reality. Chelsea tia say unu some reality no more that form. Which say they be na catch supporters say unu some more that form. Now the expectations gradually is building. Building the bar. Say Chelsea expectations anya so mo beji league or the Champions League. Fancy me no tie when you wadwe so beji league. We are Chelsea fan ankasa. Eni ususu yom so beji league. Ana eni ususu yom so beji Champions League. Eye di entia. Eye because say baby a project na nyina kwa koduru no. Bibi ti say EFL Cup ni FA Cup there. Must say ubo bia wo so oye dey. Oje. I'm telling you today say Chelsea for no final ne. No mu shia final no mu shia Madrid na PSG. Na fancy omushe mu bia de gia hallelujah oma lift bar no oma ntimi ane a menye sure say fancy ububefu bebrebe o akoma beti bebrebe abetena ase abetoto nsa baka semi final against Fluminense na nka free mu aka de abufu na tie na no pay because what make yourself available to a certain standard bia untimi achieve lesser than what you've done in the past season. And such stage in Chelsea for supporters no entias ehunu say omatra mark bia na da ho under Graham Potter under Mauricio Pochettino omatra sa particular mark no omatra sa mark no omatra no kra so say no the quest will be to achieve the ultimate as the next step. It's sanity kra. But omoya say adwuma ni nyina no it builds Enzo Maresca for himself because we platform no are providing your bebredi am in terms of the person next season. Nyame adoma before the final. Some Michelle Boss say I'll bring statistics showing the reason why I believe the second half of Chelsea must improve. Anyhow they concede big chances against some opponent. Any the way who you made CTT. Beba before the final. But baby Ejina say ne there. I think they can be proud of themselves in terms of how they are tactically flexible. Mediadibi sende Shadrach, so the better screen is Amaya. You see how Chelsea became flexible with João Pedro as the number 9. Fancy, look at Chelsea team no. Common normally, omo formation omo bo nyina ke 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1. With the 4-2-3-1 no, the double pivot near Caicedo ne Enzo. In the first place, it was not working. Didn't na enya adwuma because you believe say Caicedo mostly isolated or rushing into tackles. It will check and the first season na Caicedo ye fouls be no the red card.
On a West Ham the debut grass will be red card.
Red card. Issues be. But this time around, I think there has been a proper understanding of what Chelsea wants to do in the 4-2-3-1. As to when I was 8 no and a double pivot in the back movie no be mano. any asset one at the double pivot and also mumi nyina gina I will be able to fix it to the positioning. So for example, Chelsea Boana Omotaika say, oh, and now the Gusto are inverted, and they be regimes are inverted, and they be aware I say it is true. So we inverted. But baby Omujina say Ntiasiama Babejina when they should be inverted and when they should not. Because a Chelsea movie now unya play bit say Enzo, na chances no osoro. Say or arriving late in the box, so bet me crash the box and go. Someone should fill in for him in the middle of the park in the double pivot. But when we check probability, no, not so read the game, no, not say Enzo ko crash the box, no, not M1. Enzo will not move to that particular area. Obejama the likes of Kopama and move in that particular area. So it's about when you should move and when you should stay. What is saying Tiasiana Yeduma? So the 4-2-3-1 is a sign. But the understanding no say no akosuru bebre. I'm obia who want to move, want to stay, want to execute your duties.
Yes.
But first no na chaotic. But now there has been a proper understanding in terms of that particular movement. So you look at graph net that your screen is so the average positioning of Chelsea players. It is Enzo Fernandez. Never be a Chaloba Jina, never be a Tosin Adaro be a Yojina, never be a Marco Correa, never be a Malo Gusto. So then you realize they say Chelsea are moving dangerously in terms of being disciplined whenever they are in possession.
Okay.
Discipline. And in this graph, striker near Wanja Pedro. But when the word move Palma Chelsea.
Shadrach, my graph and Kwame. For graph and Kwame and Yakasiana.
Pedro
so Neto on your left.
Neto when you move bebre. Neto when you move bebre. Chelsea players nina.
So yes, that's it. So Pedro Neto na o TV and I say Facebook, YouTuber, or benkum so no. Or not watch him cry
or far ahead of every single Chelsea player.
Okay.
Now in this particular build up, ultimately Chelsea caught with the 3-1-2-4. So 3-1 no tossing at that will be a Chaloba and Marco Correa. 1 near wine. Moises Caicedo. 2 Nejina Caicedo and no enye Kopama ne Enzo Fernandez wine
Nkunku.
Anyway.
Anna Palmer.
Nkunku ni Enzo Fernandez ne 2 no.
Yeah, Nkunku ni Enzo, Enzo ni. So Enzo Nkunku. Omo na
double number 8 no.
Anna 4 ni Pedro. Kopama
Malo Gusto. And Pedro Neto. So in this formation, Malo Gusto na Chelsea number 7.
Yes.
By a starting game, no be any saying Nkunku never as the right winger at the match Chelsea. But we didn't know Nkunku no aba inside because now no wabeti Nkunku as say onye touchline winger. Wabeti Nkunku as say Nkunku nya number 9. Wabeti Nkunku as say 1. Nkunku ebetimi abuild obetimi be receive passes in between the lines in the middle of the park. Nkunku a proper ball progressor. Ama Nkunku the final deliveries from the middle of the park no much more better than the Dona Akano. So why don't you make sure say in the middle of the park no overload with your better or your best creators in the game. So in the middle of the park and the Chelsea best creators ni na wo Enzo, João Pedro, Kopama and Nkunku. And no more 1v1 situations no more pace or multimetry no what no more do more wings. Fancy, it's about understanding the rules and utilizing the quality of players. Chelsea top creators here why Nkunku, Kopama, one place into or made the one made na be. And I must overload the right hand side of the pitch with Malo Gusto, forming triangles near you with him. It is a space kakraka bin that João Pedro echi between João Pedro and Pedro Neto no. Why never akosho?
Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez. Yeah. That is why I always say
no more friend the pocket.
The pocket. He knows when to move and when to stay. Ahano are you closer to Caicedo? And also closer to the space next hour João Pedro echi no. Enzo Fernandez no. It is a decided say on movie share the space between on Caicedo or run so be boana or be chana. Fancy.
Oh, I before Presla say yenye checks ni Caicedo nya red. And one game ni bio. Caicedo first game no go just query to West Ham. Of bench na buy.
I'm not say penalty kura.
Aye. Ana Obana penalty. Penalty no yeah.
Penalty no yeah.
Okay. Penalty no didn't say good.
Or didn't say good no. Penalty no yeah. It is Enzo Fernandez role no.
Thanks for your correction.
It fits so well into Chelsea. I don't know, and I'm happy. But João Pedro offers Chelsea a different thing when it comes to the centre forward role. Fancy Sanka, Liam Delap, and a ball game no Enra. Baby a João Pedro, Liam Delap bear the feathers, and I'll never wear him watching every single Chelsea player. Due to the fact that Delap ball now or bono on your creator. Delap, there are two things he does best. One, in the penalty box, give him a chance and he will score. Number two, say Chelsea air building with the long balls. Now he's going to be your first point saver. Because a ball on the fire more on the back center back and the opponent and so no link up play. The second movement of any so obe remove to the penalty box into moment building we no cross never banana Delap na bebo. But João Pedro no etimi ba link up. João Pedro need to be holding up play. Fancy João Pedro no at the same time. Etimi be like ebe creative from the middle of the park. João Pedro nankasa timi run in behind the defensive lines. Fancy oye 6 feet. Never come more fast so utilize that particular left half spaces no. Ebo ball no e dey share from those angles. For example, now me can say Enzo Fernandez be utilized or he knows when to move and when not to move. While his space na that João Pedro chino. Or move over crowd has ya him fan no ball goes in the free left part panyai na she panyai na she panyai na she. And I think Enzo Maresca did a very good job in making sure that Chelsea would dominate Fluminense from these angles. I'm eager to see the Omodebe when it comes to the final. Either they are going to meet Real Madrid or even Paris Saint-Germain. But there's one thing fancy. Every opponent, any the kind of system Enzo Maresca the movie. First, nanke stagnant. The other born no one or twice why. But now, game beyond or the oye no assassin in Sano. Or the oye no assassin. Then at the last game of Mubo before Fluminense Dieno, or didn't Kunku ball left wing. Then at this game, ne one movie in Kunku did about right wing. I know right wing in the class of ball as a touchline winger.
Yes.
But more inverted. A ball as a right central midfielder. He's learning to adapt. And I'm happy for him. But João Pedro, good goal for him. But I think it's a fancy. I've always said he's a jack of all trades, but a master of none. So when you play a bit of Tessa, who share opponent be, I said you be here, you should know. I'll bet me a ball. And a good start for him. But build up confidence. Play at the all starting your first game now, Mama goes to say, it be still confidence. We are only going to be hopeful. So subsequent games will be deliver normal results. Nechi enye bete Jackson to ho Delap to ho 2 ma 3 me or Debbie Bribea obe koncha mo be fufuro so asa ayede aba then the opportunity will be given to that person.
Running 2 goals na there
solid goals fancy well taken
goals. Reasons, yeah.
well taken goals and I must admit solid. But I think where Chelsea will need to be very careful near say fancy when they are defending they leave a lot of spaces. Omo defender they leave a lot of spaces in between them. Eti una opponent omo players are they omo type pick the pocket spaces now on behalf. That is where they will need to be more compact. But I'm sure said this is also a work in progress. And said the Medica catch Rubiano a line. Chelsea under Enzo Maresca omo trasa line.
Whoa.
So next one no expectations in the mobile day. O kosro no. No expectations in the mobile day. But the baby is set to you know. Omo tra Maresca betra Porta, Maresca betra Pochettino, Maresca betra Dodona. And that told Bolly assembly not Chelsea's history. You can't say Chelsea history, Maresca and Andrew baby. But under told Bolly, I think they are gradually moving step by step to get to the top. Good results for them, and I'm happy. Say final Chelsea and Yaska say
over £80 million.
Fancy. UEFA Sikanometria in Temkra. But I think they are also operating solidly on the business level, which is not being talked about enough. Because on the business level, they are doing so well. And they've given it all to get to this stage and get this money. And Miro if some best out on players to fancy. Congratulations to Chelsea for qualifying. I think Enzo Maresca has done a better job.